So when I just elevate this and kind of put this in a bigger context of quality culture and what we're actually talking about here, there's various commentators, and I highlight some of them there. I know we have Norwegians here, and I apologize if I make an ass of pronouncing the name, but Stensesker and Harvey I know is in English, so I'm fairly comfortable with that. But they had done an article recently on just quality culture, and they just said that there's a genuine risk within all of these processes. And the risk is that it becomes seen as an event. Every 5 years, they turn up, we review, and don't worry about it for another 5 years. And really what they're saying is that we need to make sure that it's part and parcel of the activity that goes on with the institution. If we just view it as an event, it'll be shut up after those 5 days and we move on. Okay? We need to make sure that it's part and parcel of the activity within the institution itself. On the other hand, there is an article recently in the Irish Times, I don't know if anybody has been reading them, but just about the Celtic Tiger and where we're going and what should be ahead for Ireland and so on. And there's a noted Guardian journalist, and he just noticed the emergence of what he called process morons with Blackberries and iPhones. Okay, now we can probably all identify with individuals that we see walking around the place with that. And he also just continued, Declan Kybert, who is a professor across in UCD, was just making a general observation on this. And he said there were years in which the gobbledygook about a stakeholder economy and a stakeholder society was cut and pasted into every second press release. The new mantras about centres of excellence, innovation, smart economy, let's just think about how often we hear those phrases. PR smoothies ransack the language of religion for mission statements and ethical testing. Okay, so these are becoming nice buzzwords, flashed around the place. And I've no doubt that in presentations you're going to hear about stakeholders this, stakeholders that. But, what does it really mean? Are they just comfortable phrases that we're losing sight of the learner? So when we look at quality culture, I appreciate that. I've my YouTube piece to play yet. Anyway, you're doing away with my conclusion 2-1. Okay, just in terms of quality culture, and this was a quote which I thought was very relevant from Lee Harvey. A quality culture embodies professional reflection as a learning community. A community that includes all participants. It's intrinsic to a way of life within an institution, a way of thinking, a way of coming to understand. And I see a type, I'm no more than Garrett, I see a type, I thought I'd corrected, but anyway. A quality culture is not something that can be codified in the manual. And that's the risk, that we have this manual, we point to it, there's our quality assurance. Quality assurance does not reside on a shelf. Okay, so just important to bear that in mind.